Here we go.
I don't wanna wake up and let my dreams die. This moment I'm making mine. Don't tell me I'm wasting time. I'll show you what I'm made of and give my dreams life. I put it all on the line, just like I'm young, wild and alive.
I just love sharing that clip and video because it just gives me,
It
you know,
pumps me up.
it pumps me up and it gives me like tingles when I watch it because so many people are being transformed with these drops and our company, and we have such an incredible marketing team that backs us for such a cheap price to get going. So, Claudia, yeah. So first of all, I want to thank everybody for jumping on tonight for the business overview. We have Claudia here. She can tell you a little bit about her before and afters. I love sharing her slide because the time frame here is so quick and the difference is such a big difference. So if you want to run through that, Claudia.
Sure. Hey, good evening, everybody. So there you see my before and afters that, every time I see him, it gets easier and easier to see him. But when I first saw him up there, I cringed every time. But so I started the drops July of last year. And I started the drops not for weight loss. I was introduced to the drops by a friend of mine that saw the drops on a post, actually a hashtag that led her to the drops and then to Christy. So when I got introduced to the drops, it was more to help me with my GI issues and my inflammation, as you can see. So it really wasn't about weight. So 3 weeks on the drops, this was my before and after results, where that was really all inflammation in my stomach area due to the GI issues that I was having. No normal bowel movements for about a year and a half. So with that, it also helped me along with some other stuff. Quickly, just to say, not saying anything that we cure or making any claims, but for me personally, my energy has gone up. My sleeps within those couple days off of my sleeping pills, anxiety pills. I also used to blame my migraines on our Alberta Chinook winds. I'm happily to say for myself that used to get migraines at minimum of 4 times a week. I have not had a migraine since August of last year. So it's been a blessing. And that's my results in three
Wow.
weeks with the drops. And I take them daily until
Yeah.
date. Like I will not stop taking them.
Yeah, it's just amazing. I love showing your before and afters. And it's tough
Mhm.
when you first see them up, especially on a computer or a big screen. It's like, oh man. But we're here to support each other and lift each
For
other
sure.
up because these drops work and there is hope for so many. So this is Leah, of course, and this is the slide that I have for her wonderful before and afters. Leah, if you want to kind of run through what's happened for you.
Yeah, I still cringe when I see them. Except for the face one looks good, but yeah, same thing like everybody. I saw a post and um I asked questions for probably a couple months and um was interested in the weight loss, of course, was going through menopause issues, and I think I gained about 10 pounds in a month. And um then the person that I was kind of seeing them, she did a personal post where she said my pants are falling off, and I was kind of like, okay, this is real. Like, because we all wonder, like, oh, these people, are they for real? And blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, kind of got to the point I had nothing else to lose, so I contacted her. And the weight loss has been slow, but that's because I don't follow the eating plan very well most of the time. But I stay on the drops regardless because of
Yeah.
just getting rid of all the menopause symptoms and
Yeah.
that. And now with our challenge, I'm gonna get my ass in gear and start eating better.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've always said that just get the drops in you and you'll start to slowly make better choices. And I noticed that as I went as well. So I am so happy for the both of you. Like, not only are you feeling better, you're looking better, like your face in this picture is
I
like
know.
such a huge difference. You're just shrinking. And you're also building an incredible business and creating long-term residual income for you and your family and changing lives authentically. And I think that's what it really boils down to, is that we have real people, real results. So here's my before and after, and I felt the exact same way as you guys. My before picture, I was watching my family dirt bike, and I was unable to dirt bike with them because I was had a really bad bummed knee. I have osteoarthritis, degenerative disc disease, Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, and of course, during COVID, I just packed on that weight. And of course, I'm at that age. Menopause is kicking in. And I couldn't get that weight off no matter how hard I tried. And I was working with my dietitian at this point in time, tracking all of my foods. They had me on restricted calories. I felt like I was starving, but yet the weight, the scale just kept going up and up and up. And I felt terrible. I was on antidepressants and sleeping pills. I was taking a ton of Tylenol and Advil, and the doctor and the dietitian couldn't even figure it out. And so they offered me the shot, and I didn't want to do that because I had a friend that lost about 35 pounds on the shot, but it wrecked her digestive tract. I already felt like crap. I didn't want to feel any worse. So I said, no, I don't want to. So fast forward to February 2024. At the very end of February, I saw some posts, just like you heard Leah did. And then Deborah saw a hashtag. You can't scroll through Facebook without seeing these posts nowadays. And I reached out to my girlfriend, bought a box of drops as a customer, and then I watched her post for the rest of the day. And I thought, oh my gosh, like, I wonder how much she made on that box. And when I found out that she made almost $80 on that one sale with me reaching out to her, I was a definite shoe-in for not only the discount, but to make some money because I've done these types of businesses in the past. And there was never a system. There was never anything that I could plug into to help be successful. I never had an upline that would support me. And that's what I noticed right away as soon as I enrolled, that there was just so much support. So I actually scheduled out 2 weeks worth of posts on Facebook at 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. of real people, just like myself. I didn't have the testimony yet, and I just let it go. I let the posts go. And I ended up selling 30 boxes, actually 31, because I even sold the box of drops that I was going to get started on because I couldn't even keep them in stock. And I locked in at our top pay or ultimate for life within my first 12 days of posting. And it happens sometimes quicker, sometimes slower, depending on your friends on Facebook and whatnot. But I was a total believer by that point. And so finally, when I started on those drops on March 15th, the first thing I noticed was the night sweats were gone on day 4. I woke up, didn't have to change my pajamas throughout the night. And that was a blessing. If that was all I got from it, it was a win. But then you fast forward to the end of the month, I was down 18 pounds, and I noticed that I hadn't been reaching for my Tylenol and Advil in about 7 to 10 days. Like, hadn't even taken anything. And up to that point, I was taking at least a bottle of each a month. So that's when I really kicked it into high gear and was like, I'm totally sharing this because these drops aren't just for weight loss. They help so many people with so many unexpected, wonderful side effects. You fast forward a few more months, I decreased my thyroid meds. I also came off those antidepressants, came off my sleeping pills, and this after picture was taken in September of 2024. I was down 40 pounds. I was in Orlando at one of our conventions with my kids and feeling fantastic. I walked around to all of the rides, all of the theme parks without my knee brace, without any painkillers. And I realized I have my life back. I have my future back. I'm the mom that I've always wanted to be. Stress just kind of slid off my back. Both my kids are on the spectrum. And I even noticed that they were feeling better because mom was feeling better. And it was absolutely amazing. You fast forward to December 2024, and I retired from my regular job. And I do this full time now, helping people get healthy, lose some weight, feel better, and create income. I have purpose in my life again, and I feel like I can live my life authentically with that aligns totally with who I am. So the name of the company that has these incredible drops is called partner.co. And when you go to look, research them, always go to .co, not .com, because that's a dating site. You won't find drops there, but you might find a partner.
I
But
better
not a
check that
brand
out.
partner, right? I had one of my brand partners trying to log into her back office at partner.com, and it was the most hilarious Zoom we ever had ever when we realized what she was trying to log into. So, anyways, it's .co. And the reason why we are called partner.co is because our founders, John Wadsworth and Darren Zobrist, they partnered up only 2.5 years ago and they formed Partner Co. You see, John was a brand partner in a different company called Tahitian Noni, and he had been there for over 25 years, building, helping people feel better with the Tahitian Noni juice. And throughout COVID, it was suffering, and he didn't want that to go away. It was going to be sold, and he'd worked his whole life. So he went to his next door neighbor, a fellow pastor in his church, and said, and a billionaire already, and said, like, can you purchase this company? Can you save it? Can we work together? Can we partner up? Darren took a look at it and they started looking at other companies like the company that had the drops is called RX. They've been around for over 15 years in the United States and around the world. They looked at Limu seaweed. They've been around for 17 years. Skin Cerity, another 20 plus years. And they formed Partner Co. with all of these incredible um, businesses and products. And because these companies have been around for decades, we're in over 50 plus countries around the world. And you might be thinking, okay, yeah, I don't know anybody in China or Malaysia or, like Chile or any of these places. But someone you know knows someone. So, very quickly through our system of growth on Facebook, you can have an international business. And we have over 100 different products globally. We have products that balance your hormones for weight loss, improve your energy, athletic performance, clean skincare, energy drinks. We have a brand new collagen that just launched. Improve your sleep and improve that gut health. And of course, just help us women get all balanced out and feeling happy. Our products are tested and proven. We have over 215 clinical third-party studies. They go through annual testing. A handful of our products are also listed in the physician's desk reference. That includes these drops, our Optimals, Tahitian Noni, and a few others. And so we are backed by doctors, research and development, wellness council, athletic council, brand partner councils to help us run our business. So the drops. You know that they're here to support your thyroid, give you that hormone support with your insulin and sugars, lower that cortisol, appetite control, boost that energy, metabolism, and really boost that mood, which I think is the number one key that we're all looking for is to feel happy. I call them the happy drops. In Canada, we have the day and night drops. So you just take the day drops before you eat and the night drops before you go to bed. It's really, really simple. Along with the drops, we come with that approved food list. Now, this is not a diet. In fact, you have to eat a minimum of 1,250 calories a day. And that's when I saw that, I was like, oh, a minimum. Yes, this is awesome.
Mhm.
It's not a diet because all of us have yo-yo diet ourselves to not feeling good into the positions that we were in, right? So you can
Mhm.
eat vegetables, fruits, proteins, and a couple different carbohydrates, sparingly, and get healthy and start feeling better. And the longer you're on the drops, the easier it gets to pick from this approved food list because your sugar cravings go away and you find yourself opening the fridge instead of the darn pantry where all the junk is. Pretty soon the junk gets cleaned out of the pantry and you're eating off the food list. And we also have cookbooks, we have online support groups, and that's what really differs us from when you just buy a box of drops online from gosh knows who, or you go into a supplement store and you buy a load of vitamins and minerals and diet things, and there's nobody there to support you. So when maybe you start detoxing, you feel kind of crummy for a few days and you think, oh, these things aren't working. You go off it. Well, with us, you can reach out to the person who got you on the drops, your brand partners, any one of us in any of these groups and say, I feel crappy. What do I do? And we all say, increase your drops and increase your water and let's join arms and let's get going. And that's why our success rate is so high on these drops. In fact, they have a 30-day money back guarantee. So, a lot of people use them for hormonal balance, stress, energy, anxiety reduction, and a lot of us can be lifers on these things because we feel so good. You walk into a room with a bunch of people on these drops, it is a happy room. Some people can wean off once they've reached their goals and maintain it. I have many, many people who have maintained it, or they alternate back on every spring, summer, fall, winter. And it's up to you how you use these. So I'm going to run through a couple testimonials and then we'll go through how we get paid because we want to know, how do we get the discount? How do we get money? So I like to touch base on Rhoda. I actually just met her in person a couple weekends ago, and I like to feature her sometimes now because she's 87 years old. And her biggest win when she spoke was she's got the zest of life again at 87. You guys, she's posting on Facebook. She's helping people get healthy. She's helping people create income. And she feels like she has a purpose again. It just brought us all to tears, I think, when we were in that room.
Mhm.
It was so moving. There's my sister. Now, I like to touch base on her because she's maybe kind of like Leah. She didn't follow the food list to a T because she wanted to see if the drops were going to do something with her normal eating. Yes, she got down 34 pounds, but it took her much, much longer than it did for me. But she's also feeling better, happy. And what I found was over time, I saw she wasn't drinking pop anymore. She wasn't eating the chips anymore. So she just naturally started eating healthier because you crave healthy food. Patricia, you see her midsection just shrunk within 7 weeks. Glenn, he's an individual in a wheelchair, couldn't get much exercise, riddled with pain. 30 pounds in a month. His cravings for sugar are gone. He's sleeping better and he's actually traveling around in wheelchair races and stuff. Penny, she was so quick, like a few weeks, I think it was 6 weeks on the drops, down 13 pounds, pain-free, decreased inflammation, and crying tears of happiness. Another woman who has lost tons of inches. Her biggest win was her mental health has just been so good and stable over the last year. Carol, she's lost 46 pounds, but you can just tell that inflammation and like Leah, like in her face, right? You just notice it everywhere. I know my rings started to fall off. My shoes felt bigger. Elaine, like soft skin, decreased inflammation. Deborah, like we all love Deborah and her husband. Like they just look like a brand new, renewed couple together, down over 50 pounds, both working the business and changing lives. Marlene, that's another one. Can't keep her pants up. They keep falling off. Brenda Bray, she's down 84 pounds in short, I think, 6 months,
Wow.
which is just mind blowing. She lives up around Dawson Creek, I think, or Prince George. Leanne, down 21 pounds. She's, doing this full time as well. No more hot flashes, no more pain, inflammation gone. You can see a trend here. Bob and Lynn, they're from BC. I love it because they look like a brand new couple too. Totally renewed, have that zest for life. Bob doesn't look like he's 10 months pregnant anymore. Kim, no more pain. Like her story was just so moving. 4 weeks on the drops and her pain in her body was gone. She didn't need to lose weight, so her body didn't release any. She even hosted Christmas last year for her family. Christy, her biggest win, no more brain fog. We all know that terrible brain fog. Now, here's a gentleman who went off the drops after 2.5 months, down 50 pounds, and he's maintained that for an entire year. Randy, down to 170. So you can just see all walks of life and everything. So you can be a customer and buy a box of drops for retail, or you can enroll for $37.95 in Canada, $29.95 in the US. You guys, that's a one-time fee, and you get your own website, your own back office, a share app, business rewards, marketing tools, and all of our system of growth posting. And you get 30% off all products. So that is a big kicker for a lot of people. And even just to enroll for the discount is huge because you can put your own products on subscription and get them at a 30% discount each and every month. And should you choose to participate in our compensation plan, we're actually rated number one in the industry worldwide because our comp plan is so different from others. It pays on all levels, on all lines, which is really, really different in this industry. We get a duplicatable system. It's just plug and play. We give you all of the social media posts. They're real people and rapid results. You've seen that over and over and over. People from all walks of life, all different areas of the world are getting healthy together. It's an organic build when you choose to build your business because people come to you. You're not hounding your neighbor, your friends, or family or anything for something they don't want. You post incredible testimonials like you've seen, and people ask, what are the drops? And you send them information that's already there at a click of a button. You don't even have to think about the drops. You don't even need your own testimony and you can do it. Like me, I sold 30 boxes before I even started on them. And it's a high reorder rate because they work and it duplicates very easy. So once you get enrolled for that one-time fee, we always really want to encourage you to either enroll with that 30 pack and lock in at Ultimate or Top Pay for life. And then you can sell those boxes at, full retail or 15% off and pocket that $2,400 cash over those 30 boxes. And I always suggest getting there right away or work your way towards that goal over the next 4 Fridays. And you do that by downloading an app called Boards, and we help you launch your 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. posts. We follow up with text scripts that are pre-made. You don't even have to think. If they say, can I take this with my prescription? We have a response for that. If they say, oh, well, that's too expensive, we say, well, then enroll as a brand partner and we'll show you how to get them at a discount. If we have something to respond to anyone and everyone. So even if you're not tech savvy, I wasn't either. And I only had about 400 friends on Facebook. Now I have over 2.5 thousand, I think, just by sharing, adding friends, expanding your reach. It's a plug and play system. And of course, you get all of us to help you with Zooms, three-way chats, calls. You get all the videos right at a click of a button. So, how do you get paid? You can get paid with those retail profits, new volume bonus, base commissions, savings bonus, income position, pay line, matching, business rewards, and loyalty shopping. We get paid so many different ways that in the beginning, when I would get my weekly paycheck every Friday on the previous week's work, it was always more than what I expected. And it wasn't until I was looking at my commission summary that I was like, oh, that's what that is. So I wouldn't bog down with how we get paid, but in the beginning, you just post, you share, people come to you, you help them, and you make money. Simple. So you can get started with a 3 pack, a 4 pack, a 10 pack, or even that 30 pack, depending on what your goals are. In Canada, you can get started and income activated with a 4 pack. It costs about $500 as a brand partner. So much, much cheaper than buying 4 boxes as a customer. And you can retail those for, I always say about 221 up to 236. So once you sell your 3, yours is free. You've just paid for your month of drops and you've made about $100 or more. Or when you lock in at that 30 pack, you make about approximately $2,700 when you sell all of those. And you're locked in for life. You never have to sell that much in 4 weeks in your whole life ever again. In fact, when you place orders, you can place them in your downline team and you start building, enrolling people because they want the discount. They may want to start posting. And when you enroll someone and you're locked in, say at the ultimate level, you get 30% new volume bonus on all of their orders up to 1,500 within their first 4 Fridays. So you can make up to 450 US, or that correlates to about, I don't know, 565 or $600 Canadian, just by helping them get locked in at ultimate. And then when they start enrolling and you start building lines and legs and all of this, it's really simple. You get paid 15% on all of your pay lines, which are your smaller volume lines, unlimited until they reach about 13,334 PV. And so you can see this is where we differ with a lot of the other companies out there. Most companies, you build 2 legs, the company keeps the payoff one, you get paid on the other. And if anyone starts to really build a huge business, they break away and you don't get paid on them. Well, here you get paid on all of your pay lines and you even get paid on that power line. So another way we get paid is the savings bonus. And I like to toot my own horn a little bit here because I got mine in end of June, beginning of July. So that is in lieu of a car program. You've heard of the Cadillacs, the pink Cadillacs, the Lexus. And those are really debt programs. You can qualify for that lease once, but what happens if you don't qualify the next month? You are stuck paying that lease or you hand over the car. So to me, that isn't really incentive. That's getting people into debt. So Partner Co doesn't agree with that. They have a savings account. And each and every week when your commissions are over 250 US, or it correlates to be about 1,667 PV on a pay line, they take 15% of their money and put it in a savings account for you. And then once it reaches $10,000 USD, you get a giant check. Just like you can see Kim Gray's and other Canadians around, and I got mine too. And each and every week after that, you can earn an additional 500 USD every single week in bonuses. You see so many Canadians have it. That was all of us there on stage a couple weeks ago in Dallas with all of our giant checks. We also get to go on incredible trips, and you see who's there with me. There's Claudia and a few of our other brand partners in Punta Cana, all expenses paid. You see, we got to bring our kids, we got to get to know each other, and this resort was top notch. I think it was about 1,200 a person per night. So they really go all out to, make these trips not only achievable by people just coming into the business. Like I wasn't a networker. I had no team. I just started with that simple post and people coming to me. And here we are in Punta Cana. Next spring, we're all going to Maui. I cannot wait to go because I haven't been to Maui before, so I'm really super excited. I've already qualified for me and my kids to go, and that's another goal that we can all work towards. Now, I did tell you that you get paid on all your legs, including that biggest leg or that power leg. And that's where we get this matching bonus. And when you get locked in at Ultimate or Top Pay, it unlocks the potential, your gold status, and your matching checks. So, say I enrolled Claudia, she's my first generation. If she makes, say, $1,000 in 1 week, I get paid 15% of that. If Leah, who Claudia enrolled, she's a second generation, she makes $1,000 1 week, I get 10% of that. If Claudia enrolls Darcy, or not Claudia, if Leah enrolls Darcy as a brand partner, Darcy makes $1,000, I get 5% of that, all the way to seventh generation. So you get paid on all of the business that's coming into your business on a weekly basis, which really differs here compared to other companies. And in fact, that matching bonus each and every week is a huge part of why we get on these Zooms, why we help everybody be successful, why we do the three-way chats, why we share our testimonials and really want our brand partners to do well, is because we want them to succeed. I want Leah to go out and surpass me and be making tens of thousands of dollars a month because I get rewarded on that as well. And so it really makes us partners. We want to and encourage everyone to not only feel good, but make a little money on the side too. Of course, what you put in is what you're going to get out. If you want to just enroll for the discount and get that 30% off discount, put a couple products on a subscription, Claudia and Leah are going to start building under you anyways because you're a brand partner and they'll start putting people in under you. And pretty soon you might even have a little income in your back office to help you pay for those subscriptions. Or if you want to fire up some posts and start sharing with your friends and family and get them paid for each and every month. Whatever you'd like to do, it's your business. We did launch 2 other products just at PXP. We have an incredible collagen powder that you mix with water, and it actually increases your skin's ability to be out in the sun without burning. Like that was a major, major plus for me. I was sold on it once they said that. And it also helps your body produce more collagen on its own. And then our electrolyte, the Max 2O, is brand new too. All of us are dehydrated, and it just helps you drink a little bit more water. I'm not going to play the videos on them. And then, of course, I was talking about us being in Dallas. Next September, we get to go to Orlando for our big convention. And it is so much fun. You get to meet all the people that we post about because remember, we're all just regular people and you can take pictures with them. So when you are posting on Facebook and someone says, "Do you know that person?" You can say, "Actually, yeah, I just saw them a couple weeks ago. Here's a picture of me of them." We're real people, real results. So that's the end of my presentation. And I always encourage to partner with us. Like the person that invited you on this Zoom tonight thought enough about you to show you that there is a business side to this incredible product and products. And there is a way to get them not only at a discount, but to start creating an income stream that you can pass on to your children, that you can create wealth and generational wealth. So I would totally suggest getting back to the person who invited you and partnering with us.
Awesome. Thanks, Christy.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna stop sharing my
Christy.
screen and I'll stop